Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, depending on, I guess it's up to you to download the show and listen to it at your own leisure, at either the morning time, nighttime, good what have you. It's another beautiful night here, or morning, you know?
Or afternoon.
And it could be shitty out, I don't know.
All right, everybody, after much procrastination and reasons will be explained as to why the hiatus in just a bit. Welcome back. This is, well, first of all, housekeeping, just to make sure I can weed out the people that I don't want as an audience. Just as a heads up, this is an entertainment comedy podcast and by no means is intended as an educational one. So with that being said, if you're easily offended at comedy shows, movies, TV, or really in any medium of entertainment, please don't listen to this. If you're incapable of occasionally hearing something that contradicts your views without outright instinctually getting offended, please don't listen. I'm heavily of the idea that everything and anything can and should be laughed at, as it takes the power away from those ideas being able to harm you in a negative way. And overall, it helps you feel better. Also, I'm in favor of all sides being made fun of. So please know that I'm not trying to single anyone out. Just know that sometimes due to current events, some sides may get hit harder than the other. That's just life. With that being said, welcome to the MERC podcast. First episode of October. With that being said, everybody's always obsessed with Sober October, following Joe Rogan's footsteps and succumbing to peer pressure. I'm here to tell you, don't do it. I'm here to tell you, do this instead.
Hey everybody, it's Ari Shafir. You might know me from my Netflix special Double Negative or from Sober October. Every year we go sober for October and honestly it's gotten kind of boring. So this year, I say we switch it up, do something a little different. I say we do So Bombed October, where we really go for it. Okay, so what I've come up with is a point system for the inebriants and the points you get per one. Take all the points for the whole month. Alcohol, the baseline, the Burt line, 1 per shot. 1 per beer, 1 per wine. You understand. Bert, a double tequila and soda, that's 2. Marijuana, my favorite. 1 per bowl or half joint. If you share a joint with 3 people, better be a thick one. Just be honest about it. Shrooms, 1 per gram. I suggest for a new person, you go 2 grams to start, nibble through the night. The best way to keep track is see how much is in the bag. At the end of the night, see what's left in the bag. Shrooms is a great night. But that brings us to Shrooms' big brother, acid. 6 per tab. You're in for a long night, you're probably gonna see the sunrise. Enjoy yourself. Next is MDMA. Molly, Mandy if you're over the pond. 5 per night, minimum 100 milligrams. You gotta go for it. It's a great night though, I love you too. DMT is next. The big guy. Short, but it's powerful. So we're gonna get 4 points if you get there, 3 points if you don't. Personally, never gotten there, but if you speak to the aliens, you've gotten there. Cocaine is next. 2 per line, 1 per bump. I don't care for cocaine. I won't do it unless someone else has it, and I kind of got to get up in the morning, but I don't like it because it makes everybody do this, where they go, hi, I'm on cocaine. You want to hear about stuff? Not my drug. Next is ketamine, K. Maybe get into a K-hole if you're lucky. 4 per key bump. Go for it. My suggestion, if you want to do something fun, watch Bob Ross on Netflix. It's always good. Then, move down to the catch-up ball. If you're behind towards the end of the month and you need to catch up, you need points in bunches, meth, 10 per pipe. That's definitely Stockton shit, but ask the Diaz brothers, they'll tell you about it. Next is heroin. This is a 3-point ball, 4-point play of drugs. 15 per spoonful or needleful. You're gonna have to really go for it. And I mean, if you wanna catch up, you gotta catch up. Heroin, nothing will get you there like that. Ask Mitch Hedberg. Then we have crack. Say no to crack. Guys, come on. We have a drug epidemic in this country. Just say no. And then finally, we have pills. I don't want to leave the housewives out. Pour yourself a glass of Chardonnay for 1 point, and whatever pill you want, 3 per pill. Join in with us, won't you? So now, overall, you guys, this is what we're going to do for the entire month of October. I say it's going to be a fun time. October is the best drinking month in New York. Why ruin it? So bombed October. This year, we go a little different. We have a lot more fun.
There you have it. Challenge laid out, people. So bombed October. Biggest lesson here learned, say no to crack. As we move on forward, we got to go to the news segment. And because this is me procrastinating, I'm going to take an impromptu break so that I can get the drop ready. Be right back. Alrighty, and we're back.
It's time for another edition of Guess the News.
I have to know more information. I shouldn't have read just this headline. From the headlines that I've read, this man is innocent. He is the victim.
Man, these guys don't know shit.
And the one news story that caught my attention. Famed scientist Neil deGrasse Tyson made the headlines, as Neil deGrasse Tyson informs captive locked in his basement that fear is illogical. This being said by, of course, a captive in his basement this evening, that his emotional responses were incredibly illogical, according to a close, terrified source. Please read more about this on the Hard Times. Now on to music, movies, and any other form of media that caught my attention. As we're doing this recording, I don't want to date myself. I usually don't like to do that as far as when these were recorded, but let's be honest, I lost a bunch of data, and I'll explain that in just a bit when we get to talking about me after the whole wrestling stuff. But this is being recorded on October the 5th. And Batman, and especially the Joker, for me, is starting to get a little bit overrated. It says some guy with a straight face that is not an edgy 12-year-old. And, I mean, this Todd Phillips, I was about to say Batman movie, Joker movie, is going to have to be pretty spectacular for me to care and feel like I have such high standards with movies, because nowadays I typically can only watch something once, and that's mainly because I have such a high retention rate for a good movie. Or I just don't care for them at all, really, if they're not good. I mean, let's be honest. Who remembers Suicide Squad from beginning to end? Be honest. Now, a good friend and fellow training partner of mine, Leon, shout out, introduced me to Freddie Gibbs and Madlib and the album, the Bandana and the Pinata albums. God damn, that is such good rap. And it's such a throwback to what I used to enjoy in rap music that I feel is just mainly absent nowadays. Definitely give that a listen to. I'll see if I can include a couple links in there for you guys just to make things super easy for you in the description. So there'll be an asshole. Check that out. There's always stuff there about what I talk about here if you want more info about it. Now on to the Wrestle Recap review for the episode of Monday Night Raw, September 16, 2019. Like I told you guys, I'm a bit behind, but let's speed through this. I'll make sure to get you guys caught up here, and I'll bombard you guys with a couple episodes. Highlight: somebody call Edge and Christian because Bray Wyatt has a rocket strapped. And from the start of the show to the end, all Bray for this episode of Raw. Now, the OC got a win over Cedric Alexander and the Viking War Machine Raiders. Key to the ring final, Corbin wins over Gable. Gender reveal for Maria and Mike. It's a boy, and it's not Mike's, it's Ricochet. That angle is probably not going to last long. Ricochet defeated the resident cuck Mike. As mentioned earlier, that angle did not last, as Ricochet has now announced that he is not the father by Maria. It's actually Rusev, and resident cuck Mike says he's okay with it, and is then attacked and submitted by Rusev. A sketch involving Mayor Kane. We are truly living in an era of idiotocracy, but fine by me. I mean, I'm a fan of wrestling, so let's get President Dwayne Camacho or just President Dwayne Johnson in office, and now we're talking. As he's talking to the current 24/7 champ, R-Truth. Truth then loses the title to Kane, and then Truth later regains it by hiding on top of a limo and sneak attacking Kane. Rey Mysterio gets a win over Cesaro. Sasha Banks and Bayley defeated the women's tag champs in a non-title match, of course, that being Nikki and Alexa. Post-match, Becky and Charlotte show up to make the save to protect Nikki and Alexa. Lacey Evans gets the win over Dana Brooke. Seth Rollins, I was about to say Seth Rogen, got the win over Robert Roode. And that concludes Monday Night Raw. SmackDown, September 17, 2019. The New Day got the win over the Revival. Kofi then takes an F5 from Lesnar. Wow. Mumble mouth. From Lesnar as a new rivalry starts between these guys. Rowan speaks out about his actions for attacking Roman. Sami Zayn speaks to Ali about his previous win over Nakamura a few weeks back and how Nakamura is now different. This then turns into Nakamura beating down Ali. Kevin Owens is now suing for $25 million, but since this is just a random figure, let me just use this as a moment to get a random plug for this.
Salary desired. $3 million. Okay.
Ric Flair. Oh, well, for reference, that was from Don't Be a Menace. That was clearly not me. Ric Flair is seen backstage with Charlotte. Charlotte gets the victory over Sasha Banks by DQ. Ric Flair is seen backstage with Charlotte. Charlotte then gets the win over Sasha Banks by DQ after Bayley interfered. And this is still just the second match of the night, folks. So, FYI. Baron Corbin celebrates his King of the Ring victory and is then attacked after he berated Chad Gable. The B team is defeated by Heavy Machinery after they pin Bo Dallas. At the end of the show, we see Daniel Bryan cutting a promo and is then attacked by Rowan and Harper. Bryan is then saved by the current company hero, Roman Reigns, who I still desperately want to see turn into an asshole heel one day, but that shit, it just ain't going to happen anytime soon. NXT, September 18, 2019. Did I just skip over 205 Live? We'll get to that later in just a bit. Did they just reference the Leo Rush controversy? Anyway, welcome back, Leo. In his match against Oni Lorcan for the number one contender spot for the Cruiserweight title. Current champ, my boy, Drew Gulak. Love his style. Mia Yim versus Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair. Blair. This was the first match of the night. Candice LeRae gets the win to become the number one contender. Shawn Maluna versus Cameron Grimes ends up in a quick win as Grimes gets the victory by a double stomp. North American champ match as Velveteen Dream. The current champ takes on Roderick Strong. And new champ Roddy Strong comes out victorious in this event. Pete Dunne took on Arturo Ruas. Dunne gets the victory there. Xia Li took on Aaliyah, accompanied by Vanessa Bourne. Xia Li gets the win. Imperium tries to punk out Kushida. Doesn't work out. And we get that number one contender match at the end, well, semi-main event, as Leo Rush gets the win. A street fight involving Matt Riddle and Killian Dane ends up in a mess, as the entire roster basically ends up fighting, and cut to the end of the show, fade to black. We then go to NXT UK, same day, September 18. Travis Banks defeated Tyson T-Bone via pinfall. Radzi is interrupted by Gallus, who say that they were never beaten by the NXT TakeOver, and they say that they should be the number one contenders, and they will take what's theirs. We'll see where that goes. Rhea Ripley defeated Debbie Keitel via pinfall. Rhea Ripley then ends up cutting a promo saying that it's about time she got her championship back, and is interrupted by Jenny, who says that she will be the next champion and that Ripley is an object of the past. Let's see here. We then cut to footage where earlier in the day, Noam Dar is just trying to mess with Trent Seven and using a megaphone to its full capacity by annoying people, as he should. And we have Joseph Connors defeat Kenny Williams by pinfall. We see a video package of Oliver Carter saying that he'll bounce back his debut loss next week. NXT UK Women's Champion Kaylee Ray says that Tegan Knox is just a hometown girl with 2 broken knees and that she'll take her anytime she wants. To end the show, my God, a hero underdog was born this night. And this just goes to show Cassius Ohno never lost it. He can make anybody look great. Now, that's not to take anything away from this match, because Sid Scala ended up taking on Cassius Ohno in a British rounds match, which I think TNA used to do something like this way back then, a couple years ago. After 6 rounds, Scala ended up just getting 1 fall. And, well, I mean, in my opinion, man, I hope that guy goes somewhere. Whether it's 205 Live or something, Scala is a true underdog hero and a true babyface. So let's see where that goes. And to 205 Live for September 17, 2019. The show opens with a recap of the Cruiserweight Champion match from Clash of Champions. Lindsay Dorado got the win over Arya Daivari after hitting a shooting star press. Oni Lorcan cuts a promo about how he's going to beat Tony Nese. And before gunning for Drew Lock for that title, Jack Gallagher gets the win over Brian Kendrick via DQ after Kendrick gets a kendo stick and hits him with it. Kendrick continues wailing on Gallagher with the kendo stick Afterwards, Humberto Carrillo cuts a promo talking about how he's going to get another title match and win it this time. Tony Nese ended up picking up a victory over Oni Lurkin this time with a schoolboy pin and a bit of interference by Drew Gulak. But, I mean, you got to do what you got to do if you're that kind of wrestler, right? Now, on to my life to explain the hiatus and everything that's been going on. My stubbornness with injuries. Had a slight knee injury and a psychological block to not want to stop working out, and this is mainly why I work out when I'm sick. I usually am too much of an idiot for my own good to know any better to stop. I just mainly am afraid to stop working out when I'm injured or sick because I feel like starting is the hardest thing. And at the moment, I'm going strong. I'm feeling better now, but be smart about it, people, and just don't do what I do. Be stronger-willed and actually take a break from it. You'll recover much more faster, and your body will thank you for it. Now, I am going to cut to the random podcast bits in just a bit, but I did have a bit of failure in the ring a couple weeks ago. As many of y'all might have known if y'all listen to this, I've been a ref a couple times, and I sincerely screwed up a spot to the point where I felt like burying under a hole and just... I'm waiting for my moment of redemption. Granted, do I want to be a ref full time? No, I don't. I want to be a performer in the ring. But nonetheless, I don't like anything that's half-assed or especially that comes out shitty. So I got to make up for it. Granted, the match was saved. The match was still ended the way that it had to. Granted, with some improvisation, not on my behalf, because of course, oh well, you win some, you lose some. And again, as I was mentioning, the true reason for the hiatus, along with everything else, I built a PC. So far, so good. It's not on fire. I'm currently working the podcast on it with this. Specs may be in the description. I don't know. Whatever, maybe. There was a lot to put into that, but after, Jesus Christ, $2,800 put into this thing, I am now caught up into the modern era and have a powerhouse of a PC for now that I'm hoping to one day have some time to actually play games and mess around with it, because I never have the time for that anymore, and I miss it. That's my therapy. It's either that or food or working out and, of course, training. And I need some downtime, folks. And building a PC, as stressful as it was, that was some downtime for me. And, man, I'm proud of this thing. On a side note, wait. On a personal note, personal issues at work. People, please shut up and don't tell me your life story. Just get straight to the point and tell me what you need and make this quick for me. Also, as I said, I have to say this, otherwise I will forget to say it. The ENC pod of awesomeness will no longer have the E as Edge announces his retirement from the pod. And as Edge mentioned in the podcast, he just loves retiring from things. Now, with that being said, secondary disclaimer before the random podcast bits. This is your last chance for those that are sensitive to anything that want to avoid any hurt feelings. If you have an intolerance for comedians in general, remember, comedy is subjective. So while it may not be your taste, it clearly is funny since it's garnered an audience. So please stop now if that's you. For those that have stuck around, enjoy the following clips as listed in the description below for this episode. If you want to listen to the entire episode, or just want the source material to complain to these guys, because you don't want to complain to me because I'm not going to read your messages. So with that being said, enjoy the show, and I'll catch you guys again.
To cheer me up, what I do is I like, it's cause my brain, I'm a little obsessive compulsive, so if I'm constantly thinking about jokes, so sometimes to get my brain off jokes, I'll play fun scenarios in my head and then let them expand out. And so that one with Tom today was, I was trying to do an impression of her voice in my head, but I was at Starbucks. Hey Tom Segura. I was trying to do impressions of her voice, and I was going, wait, is that racist?
I don't think so.
If you caricature a person of color.
No.
That's not racist.
No, I don't think so.
If you're like, what's racist when you do a voice is when you go, and then Barack Obama said, "Hey man," like you're like that doesn't somebody sound.
Yeah, an inaccurate voice. Yeah, I mean, there's
Do you
lots
ever
of things
worry
that are
about that
racist
shit with stand up?
I worry not with stand up because my stand up doesn't really have that, but podcasts for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, I worry about it. I mean, that's all I do is worry about it because I've said horrible things and we say horrible things.
I've said much worse.
Really?
I'm sure.
Oh, great.
I'm sure. I think about Mark Norman said the worst.
Yeah, well, I'm on the show with them. But we do a lot of Bobby Kelly's podcast, too, and it exists when I was drinking. So I was, and it was.
Wait, were you drinking when I met you?
I don't know. That was right in that area, I think. We never drank together, though.
We're definitely talking about your drinking.
Sure.
The hardest, one of my favorite moments in life, Nate Bargatze and I are sitting, you know this already.
I think so.
Nate Bargatze and I are sitting in Tennessee. We're with Ari, and Ari's talking about you. And I said, I don't really know Joe.
Yeah.
And Nate goes, you don't know Joe? And I said, no. And he goes, did you ever hear that time Joe shit in that girl's shoe? I went, huh? I got so excited. I was slapping the table, and I was like, this is what my life is about. This is why I love what I do, is that you just said that, and now I know I got good stuff coming my way.
I appreciate that. Nate enjoyed it the most. I mean, Nate was with me that night, and then when I told him what had happened, it's the hardest I've ever heard anybody laugh. I was on the plane, covered in shit, and it made me feel better that Nate was just, cry laughing.
And Nate is Nate's obviously a great joke writer, but he's such a great storyteller.
Yes.
When he tells a story, he does it the way an old Southern man would do it, where he takes pause where needed.
Yes.
And when you called the girls, you're like, listen, I think I might have shit in your shoe. And they're like, it's not that bad. And you stopped and you went, wow, these girls must be savages.
That was literally what I thought. I texted and I was like, I want to kill myself. I'm so sorry. And she was like, oh, you were fine. And I was like, these girls are fucking animals, man. These girls party.
I shit in her shoe, and she's like, hey, man, it happens.
I really was like, wow, Jesus Christ.
To cheer me up, what I do is because my brain, I'm a little obsessive compulsive, so I'm constantly thinking about jokes. Yeah. So sometimes to get my brain off jokes, I'll play fun scenarios in my head and then let them expand out. And so that one with Tom today was, I was trying to do an impression of her voice in my head, but I was at Starbucks. Hey Tom Segura. I was trying to do impressions of her voice, and I was going, wait, is that racist?
I don't think so.
If you caricature a person of color,
no,
that's not racist.
No, I don't think so.
If you're like, what's racist when you do a voice is when you go, and then Barack Obama said, hey man, you're like that doesn't somebody sound.
Yeah, an inaccurate voice. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of things that are racist. Do you ever worry about that shit with stand up? I worry not with stand up because my stand up doesn't really have that, but podcasts for sure. Oh. Yeah, I worry about it. I mean, that's all I do is worry about it because I've said horrible things and we say horrible things.
I've said much worse.
Really?
I'm sure.
Oh, great.
I'm sure. I think about Mark Norman said the worst.
Yeah, well, I'm on the show with them. But we do a lot of Bobby Kelly's podcast, too, and it exists when I was drinking. So I was, and it was. Wait,
were you drinking when I met you?
I don't know. That was right in that area, I think. We never drank together, though.
We're definitely talking about your drinking.
Sure.
The hardest, one of my favorite moments in life, Nate Bargatze and I are sitting, you know this already.
I think so.
Nate Bargatze and I are sitting in Tennessee. We're with Ari. And Ari's talking about you. And I said, I don't really know Joe.
Yeah.
And Nate goes, you don't know Joe? And I said, no. And he goes, did you ever hear that time Joe shit in that girl's shoe? I went, huh? I got so excited. I was slapping the table, and I was like, this is what my life is about. This is why I love what I do, is that you just said that, and now I know I got good stuff coming my way.
I appreciate that. Nate enjoyed it the most. I mean, Nate was with me that night, and then when I told him what had happened, it's the hardest I've ever heard anybody laugh. I was on the plane, covered in shit. And it made me feel better that Nate was just cry laughing.
And Nate is Nate's obviously a great joke writer, but he's such a great storyteller.
Yes.
When he tells a story, he does it the way an old Southern man would do it, where he takes pause where needed.
Yes.
And when you called the girls, you're like, listen, I think I might have shit in your shoe. And they're like, it's not that bad. And you stopped and you went, wow, these girls must be savages.
That was literally what I thought. I texted and I was like, I want to kill myself. I'm so sorry. And she was like, oh, you were fine. And I was like, these girls are fucking animals, man. These girls party. I
shit in her shoe, and she's like, hey, man, it happens.
I really was like, wow, like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, dude.
With a bunch of my
Shouts out to
ex-girlfriends.
Coco Lane and the Phoenix.
Yeah. my ex-girlfriend's criminal friends who she had to ask to leave their guns in the car. And then they kept telling me that I'm the only white N-word that they fuck with.
But they're Korean.
They're Korean.
You have to make
Stop
it clear.
making it sound like you're cooler than you are.
No. They were Asian criminals.
Yeah. Well, the Asians are scarier.
They're scarier because they're madder.
They're angrier and they know karate.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Where'd you go in Old
Yeah,
Ellicott
there was
City,
something
dude?
like
Some
Jason
bar.
Statham, probably the most famous white martial artist
Yeah.
there is. And I know people are probably going to be like, well, what about MMA guys? Jason Statham is more famous than all of them.
What about Chuck Norris, though?
Chuck Norris was the grandfather of...
Chuck Norris is gay. Jason Statham, they got the coolest clothes. That's what it meant.
the survival of the most fitted.
Yeah.
I just did a Hong Kong double feature the other night. I saw
You sucked off 2 Chinese guys?
No, that's not. That's not
The old Friedland Hong Kong double feature.
I was talking about cinema. No, I watched Police Story and then I watched Hard Boiled.
Hard Boiled
Police
rocks,
Story now
cock.
in the Criterion collection.
Is it?
Yeah, and they
Hard Boiled's on YouTube.
Police Story 1 and 2. I picked it up. I got it because I went to Barnes and Noble and they're doing that Criterion sale. I was like, oh, let's see. And they have Police Story 1 and 2 in the Criterion collection, 50% off.
It's one of the best action movies ever.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah.
I haven't seen Police Story.
It's fucking insane.
It's
oh, really?
so good.
I've seen
I
Hard
love
Boiled,
the
but
credits.
not Police Story.
We got shit to do after this, but we should watch Police
I
Story.
I
would
love the credit
I've
sequence where they show all the bloopers and then they show all of the like extras and stuntmen just getting carried off in stretchers and Jackie Chan just be like, "You're gonna be all right, brother."
The fact that there's still not like a good like Blu-ray transfer of both Hard Boiled and The Keillor is it's a travesty.
Backed off. But if they were like, memorize a fucking entire chapter of this book.
But you have to get the answers right to have her take her clothes off.
But I don't care about seeing titties, Adam. I can see titties.
Today we're going to
wanna
learn
fuck.
about the
When you're 10 years old, you could
Not
see
10
titties?
Well, yes, but not 10. We're talking like 13.
We're going to learn about
14.
the GUI breastimal system. We're going to all hold down Erica and we're going to nut on her big pre-developed tits.
I don't know about the holding down.
Well, oh, no, that was an essential part of...
Oh, really?
Yeah, no,
Of
the
GUI
girls in the
breastimals?
classroom are not... They are not on board with them.
Oh, I thought they were on board. It was
No.
all consensual.
No. This is the fellas in the class.
I see. This is
They're
a
saying-
fellas
yeah.
Geared towards the fellas.
Yeah, guys rule.
So
kind
how
of
would the women
situation.
learn?
Yeah. Well, look, I guess someone filed a Title IX complaint, so we have to burn the school down because we found out what was happening in Mr. Garrity's class.
Damn. What? Well, then how are we going to teach young girls, man?
No, they don't learn shit. They just want to do STEM.
100.
100, right?
Yeah.
So are mine.
Yeah.
Mine are coming up 102.
That's the reading.
That guys are having sex with him and telling him about it later.
100.
100skis. Oh, fuck, dude. Do you guys know Bikram Yoga was just some guy named fucking Bikram?
Yeah, who was horny.
And he raped.
He
too.
raped, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I thought it was some ancient Indian shit.
No, he was
some
just
guy
like, let's
named
turn it up to
Bikram.
140 degrees so I can sniff your
get that
nasty
pussies.
Your pussy.
Why don't
I wanna
we
hear the stank.
make the temperature more? It's just a soul cycle. They're like, sir, do you have a membership? No. I was looking for the bathroom. But maybe we make it hotter.
Maybe it's a little warmer.
Maybe we make it hotter for the baby girls in the class.
Yeah, my man just bathing in titty sweat.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some guy that created it like 10 years ago or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks like M. Night Shyamalan a little bit. I don't know where M. Night's from.
Philly.
Right, but
India.
the way his ethnic... Is he Indian?
Yeah, probably.
Is that what Shyamalan?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
It's South Indian.
It could be anywhere, man. Shyamalan.
It's Southern Hindu.
Southern India.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know how this. You know how the South be down there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you commit rape on a crowded bus,
Man, Twitter really sucks now.
Yeah, it's
like
bad.
it just keeps getting worse in the same way.
A lot of argument.
Companion is snob Midwesterners.
And like NPR,
Boomer,
like
snob Midwesterner.
Volvo NPR people. Oh, I guess I'm insulting.
That
You're in the-
fucking Simpsons episode where they make fun of Prairie Home Companion is so goddamn funny. You remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
Where it comes on or whatever, and it's fucking Garrison Keillor, and they're like, well, I'm fucking playing.
Garrison Keillor, like they said he raped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got me too.
For what? What did he do?
Well, he put someone to sleep with his show, and then he molested
and then he
them.
raped them. Yeah, that's why. I have to make a show so boring that I'll be able to molest.
Well, sir, it has been an uneventful week in Badger Falls, where the women are robust, the men are pink-cheeked, and the children are pink-cheeked and robust.
What the hell's so funny?
At the Apple Biscuit Cafe, smiles are free, don't you know? Sven Ingquist studied the menu, and finally he ordered the same thing he has every day.
Maybe it's the TV.
But TV, be more funny.
Well, sir, I think it is time to turn this pledge drive over to Troy McClure. I can't keep up this pace forever.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might...
Anyways.
What
the hell is everybody laughing
Yeah,
at?
what the hell's so funny? Yeah. Literally just saying your shit sucks. Cutting it back to it 3 times to flame it.
Remember that defending the caveman shit?
No.
That was funnier than Garrison Keillor, but that was the same kind of just garbage.
I don't at all. Who's that?
It was a guy that would do. It's a play.
Oh, fuck. It's a retarded black kid.
Just sitting in the library singing that, and they're like, "You have to be quiet." And you're like, "I'm singing the fucking Full House theme.
I'm doing the Full House
I'm
song.
singing the Full House
Shut
theme.
up. Fuck you, bitch.
Fuck off. God
Fuck
damn
you.
it. Shit.
You fucking bitch.
Shut up.
Shut the hell up. I'm on the
Just
phone.
Dude, how about looking at porn in the library when they come over? They're like, "Excuse me." You're like, "Shh." You're supposed to shut the fuck up.
I'm getting hard quietly.
Ma'am, you're supposed to shut up in the fucking library.
My friend George saw a retarded man jacking off in the library one time. His head was right by the screen, and he just had his dick all the way out. It was in our college library.
That is perfect. Well, you seen that video of like that Asian kid beating off at the computer, and the black guy walks up to him in the library. He's like, "Hey man, I got a question," and the Asian kid immediately pulls the chair forward, and he's like holding a folder over his head. He's like, "Fuck, get out of here! Don't take a picture."
I have not seen that.
And he's like, "Why you got to beat your meat in the library?" He's like, "Get the fuck! It's my right. Get out of here."
My dick is small. See us Funny Moms on Mondays. I'm at Fat Tuesdays at the Stand every Tuesday. All that good shit. Buy Nikki Boys t-shirts at cum.town.
We got Funny Moms tomorrow.
Yeah, come to Funny Moms tomorrow.
Is that it?
Or suck us. Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh my god, I cannot wait to end this show to wear a condom. I love wear a condom. It feels so good on my penis. I can't wait to for the first time wear a condom later.
Did you ever jack? I jacked up with a condom on when I was like 12.
I put my penis in condom. All right. Iglesias looks like that fucking hot air balloon massacre that happened last year when all those balloons ran into each other.
Oh, at the fucking parade.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a parade.
He's 90% fupa. That
there was
guy.
a Texas, there was a Texas hot air balloon fiasco.
Really?
Yeah, it was a huge story.
I don't remember.
Fucking 30 people died.
What the fuck? I never heard about this.
Yeah, it was like maybe 3 or 4 months ago.
Pile up.
Yeah.
We were doing our hot air balloon race to protest Sharia law. We were going to fly a balloon in the shape of the Bible and a balloon in the shape of the Quran to make a point.
Well, they drew Muhammad on the balloon. And then Muhammad himself struck it down. Yeah, no, that definitely happened in Texas.
Let me see.
I don't remember that shit at all, dude.
I'm definitely looking it up right now.
I can't believe I haven't heard of this. Holy shit.
I thought you were talking about when they do balloons for a parade and they're deflating them and they just look like they're eating each other's asses. Because it's like Spider-Man eating SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Texas, that's good shit.
Texas Balloon Massacre.
No, that's some good shit. Oh, fuck. Come on.
Let's see.
What do we got?
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to look it up. Adam decided to leave.
The worst
pilot
time.
in deadly Texas balloon crash had drugs in his system.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, oh, man. You know what? That guy sounds cool as shit, though. Holy shit. He should be played by Matthew McConaughey in a movie about that tragedy.
That should be the real story.
Yeah. I just love balloons and I love ketamine. If there's 2 things I love in life, it's ketamine and driving my fucking balloon.
It says he killed 15 people and himself.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a long way of saying he killed 16. But, holy shit.
That's got to be the deadliest hot air balloon incident of all time. Well, I guess
with the Hindenburg. I would love to see a hot air balloon fly into the Freedom Tower. Just some guy hello, I bought it. Just sort of presses and just slides down.
Just bounce off.
Sort of presses in the window and deflates.
Yeah, it bounces off and actually crashes into the mosque building Ground Zero. Bad terrorism is the funniest thing.
It's so good.
That's like 4 lines was so good, man. That feels way more like fucking monster truck rally shit than the circus.
Monster trucks are fucking cool.
Yes.
Because they have to spend a shit ton of money on those trucks.
Yeah, and then
they just break them. Like every monster truck rally, there's a truck that that one's fucked. The axle's snapped off, and the engine exploded. So that'll be another $70,000 fixing that part of the truck.
But who cares, baby? As long as there's hillbillies trying to fucking win back their son's love, the fucking monster truck rally will be in business.
Dude, that's a huge business. You know what's, the story of monster trucks is insane. It was just one fucking retard that had a pickup truck, an F-150, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'll put bigger tires on it, and then put even bigger tires on it, and then I thought, well, what if I put even bigger tires on it?" And then the tires got big enough, people want to come see the truck. And so then I thought, well, hold on now, I got this truck with big tires. If I put even bigger tires on it until more and more people come, and that was his business plan, and the tires just got bigger and bigger.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and then people
then
just
jumped cars.
Yeah, people would come and they would be like, "Can you destroy my car with your beautiful truck?" And then he would drive over it.
It would be an honor, sir, for you to fucking destroy my gay ass Chevy Caprice.
My daughter just turned 27 and she still is unmarried, and a rumor has it around town she fucked one of the black guys works at a gas station, so we're gonna put her in my old Caprice and lock the doors, and I want you to take Bigfoot and crush her to death in it, so my family can have honor again.
Yeah, that's honor
killing. Yeah, and that's the story of Monster Truck. Yeah, it was actually how it started was there is a little known law in Louisiana that it's actually okay to molest children if you're 15 feet in the air.
Yeah, it was originally,
but only 15 to 17 feet.
Well,
and then above that, it's illegal
It's
again.
international airspace.
It's called the 1.5 story law, and it dates back to colonial times,
right?
When
the richest,
the mayor was a pedophile,
and he had a hot air balloon.
It dates back to the French when the French.
An elephant.
When the French were in charge of Louisiana,
Pierre
they used to rape people on elephants.
Pierre Sugarfingers Tufon, who was the most notorious pedophile in New Orleans. And I said, well then, boys. And he would ride his elephant around raping children.
He would find crying babies and cover his fingers in sugar and silence them by putting his mouth.
A guy discovered that law when he was reading the laws of Louisiana on audiobook.
A barrister.
Yeah, right. And then so he made that truck, and he was like, this is my monster truck.
Wow.
Be a monster.
I see. You guys ever see those? Those some of the original pay you to show your
Bang
tits.
bus vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And some of those, when they don't fuck, it feels like they're real women.
Mm. How about Chang bus?
Okay.
And they're like, you come in here and suck my dick. And the girl comes in, and they're just like smashing into the Jersey wall.
That's true, yeah. Oh, it's also the driver of a Chinatown bus.
Yeah. He's on his way to Philadelphia. Yeah, we're going to Philadelphia. Yeah, Philadelphia, next stop.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good take on it.
Yeah, bus go bang bang. You got bang bang bus. The bus bang all over.
Yeah, no, that's a good. That's an interesting kind of perspective to throw on it.
I'm just saying, how about? You can't get mad. I'm not saying that's what would happen.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
No, you're right.
Wouldn't that be racist?
That's why I agree.
I hate
with
that
you.
I have to explain satire to people every time. That they just don't. That they just don't understand what satire is. And I have to
no.
Real nice. Real
You haven't
nice
been to
stuff
that many.
done.
Also, there's whatever.
Real nice, real good stuff going on.
I thought it was overblown, and then I don't remember why I was in Alabama, but I was, and I did not like it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was with Wham City when we were on tour. I don't remember why we drove through there.
You guys did some alt comedy for the good old boys?
I think we were driving through there, but I don't remember what the fuck was going on. And we got barbecue. Or was that with Brandon? I don't fucking know, dude. The point is, it fucking scared me, and it was like a little shack, and the barbecue was good, but everyone was even fatter than me, and it was sticky, and everyone was ugly. And
like, who's this skinny boy coming out here? Oh, this man think he fancy because he got most of his teeth. We got a little anorexia. We got Callista Flockhart coming through, showing off her chompers. With his wayfish.
Eat something, boy.
Yeah, boy. You got my man coming through here looking about 10 pounds.
They're just filling my mouth up with corn syrup.
Yes.
Damn, I do want some BBQ, though.
Yeah, we should go to John Brown's Smoke.